Okay, Into the Storm is very much Twister for people who are too young to have never seen Twister in a theater. You have a bunch of high school kids who are in the process of doing their 25-year video time capsule. So of course they initially begin with, in 25 years, I'll be a super basketball player. Why are you watching this, man? Go upstairs and bang your model wife. And then there are two hicks wearing like GoPro cameras and film themselves doing stupid things, who show up just enough in the film to, I guess, make people think that they're in the middle of nowhere, so it's like a farm area. And then you have actual set of storm chasers with Laurie from The Walking Dead. They're there trying to hunt down a storm. And of course, they have their own interpersonal drama, which makes sense. A lot of the high school kids felt very stock. Of course, since this is their graduation, and also in the course of one day they survive a massive storm system, which frames looking very good. I loved the hail effects. I loved people driving through storms. And then they hit moments where, if you watch the trailer, you saw that they destroy like an airplane field. The town is very, very small. That's a tremendous amount of planes. There are some scenes where they very, very much over-rely on CGI. Especially when the humans are way here and the storm's way off in the background. And then it gets closer and it really looks bad. The moments where the people are really close to the storm interacting with it, it actually feels more realistic. But they do a tremendous amount of CGI work that kind of makes you kind of go, you probably could have toned that down a tad and put a little bit more into the characters. Because if I really don't have a connection with a character that I know virtually nothing about, it's like, my dad's the principal. Okay. I have a huge crush on this girl. Okay. I am in no way, shape, or form emotionally invested in your character. You know, they probably could have cut out the two hicks, which would have saved them probably about 5 minutes of screen time. They could have toned down a little bit on the CGI and thrown it a little bit more to actually deal with some of the characters to make their plights of peril actually mean something. That being said, not a horrible movie. The CGI ranges from being very good to bad. Not like sci-fi film bad, but you can tell there are times when it's almost too much going on with it. The adult characters, not bad. Cliche, stock. The teenage characters, cliche, stock. You know, I do like that when the process is done, they do re-interview some people for the time capsule, and you can tell that it actually had a very transformative effect. That part I kind of liked, how everyone went from being kind of selfish and kind of self-centered to after going through this traumatic event being like, I'm just glad to be alive. And that, the person who was really cynical all of a sudden is like, has a much greater respect and love for humanity because what man is doing for their fellow man. And that was a nice, touching moment, and it should have stopped right there. It does add on like 30 more seconds to it that probably was not necessary. They could have ended on kind of like a pseudo-emotional high note and not ended the way they chose to.